Boss Fight Gaming. Get ready. Fight!
Hey guys, welcome to another video from us, Boss Fight Gaming. Today we're playing Grim Fandango Remastered on Xbox. This is available on Game Pass at the moment. So we're just going to jump straight in. Right at the beginning, it's very important that you open up your options. Because this is a missable achievement, we need to go down and change the movement mode from that to that. So from control to tank. Then we're going to go straight to new game and start a new game. This way, the tank controls should still be on there once we open up the options again. So we go down to options again. And this time, as you can see, down by movement mode, just below there, it says tank options. So we know that that achievement should pop at the end of the game. That's one of the missable achievements. So it's very important that you make sure you do that straight away at the beginning of the game. Change those options to tank. That way, once you reach the end of the game, you will unlock the achievement the right way, which is to play the entire game using the tank controls. So don't forget to do that at the beginning, guys. Okay guys, so once we got that out of the way, we started a new game. We're going to move over to this side of the room, where we're going to click on the tube, and the game is going to start reading out the letter here, and that will sort of start the game. Just after we've done that, we're going to move around the table and move over to this corner of the room where we can pick up the deck of cards. These are very important because they're a part of getting through the game. So pick them up, press B to put them away. I believe it's B anyway. And then we move over here. I'm going to put this one away as well. And then we're going to leave the room. Okay guys, so this is where our first missable achievement takes place when we go and speak to Ava. You can save the game right here if you think it's possible that you may miss it. But all you need to do is start speaking to Ava and just keep choosing the same option, the top option, over and over again. Don't choose the bottom option because that may end the dialogue. Just keep choosing the top option until the entire conversation is over. And once it is, that achievement should pop there, which is obviously talk to Ava and ask how she got stuck there. And once you've done that, that's the achievement out the way. So that's great. We've got our first achievement. So yeah, just carry on talking to Ava. Then we're going to move around to the front of the desk where we get our second achievement. Again, this is missable. So straight away, as soon as we've done that, we're going to ask Ava if we can use her hole punch. And we're going to bash it. Bash it again. And this unlocks the second achievement right there, Luke, which is get the aggression out, which is to use this hole punch to get the aggression out. So that's our second achievement. 2 achievements straight away. Right, next we're going to go over here and we're going to go down the elevator into the garage and we're going to watch the car leave. Again, this isn't really important, but I just wanted you to see this so you can keep track of where you are in the game because it is very easy to get lost. Alright, we're going to go over here, and then this is going to be our third achievement. Again, if you want to save it just here, ignore me running around in circles. I have got the tank controls on, and you'll find out yourself it isn't the easiest thing to control. So you might want to pause it just before you click on that draw, and save it. And then once you have, this should happen. This guy comes out and starts to have a conversation about you, and it's very important that you choose these options. So go down to Nice Hut. We're going to choose that option and speak to him about that. Let him go through the dialogue, and then we're going to ask him, if you hate your job, why don't you quit? We're going to talk about that. You can sort of skip the dialogue, but be careful not to press it too many times to sort of move on to the next option. It might be worth just listening to it all. So we're going to just go through the dialogue. Okay guys, so the next option we're going to choose is, hey, you a driver. I know I scroll down to that one, but I actually choose, hey, you a driver. It's important that you choose that one next. Just let it go for the dialogue. And then we're going to choose that one. Hi, hey, I'm Caveira. We're going to let the dialogue play through. Please make sure you're choosing these in the same order as me so you don't miss the achievement. I hope you saved it just before, but if you didn't, shouldn't be a problem because the game isn't that far from the start, so you could just start a new game if necessary. But if you did save it and you do mess up, at least you got that. And next one, we're going to choose this one. Yep, that one. So make sure you choose that one, guys. Let the dialogue go through again. Let him talk about himself a little bit. And given one purpose, one skill, one desire.
to drive! Or to change oil and adjust timing belts if no driving jobs are open.
Now the next option we're going to take is this one.
Looks like I need a new driver.
Oh!
Again, let the dialogue play through.
I would agree with that. Yes, you do.
And then we're going to choose this
You want
one.
to be my replacement driver?
Me? Oh, no. Sorry. Can't.
If you are finding it
rules.
difficult to obviously keep track, just pause it on each one and then play back.
Come on, Gladys.
I'm going to choose
I
this
need
option.
You to be my driver.
No, I can't. I'm too big.
And then we're going to choose this one. You're not too big. The car's just too small.
You're not too big. The cars are just too small.
Yeah,
Let dialogue
those
play through
dang
again.
Compact cars. Hey, that gives me an idea. I could alter your car just a bit with just a quick.
Nearly
torch
there,
job
guys.
to let out
It's a
the
little bit
seams, you know?
boring watching these dialogues, so I do apologise. But we will get these achievements, don't you worry. Let this bit of the dialogue play through. Obviously, if you're playing the game properly, it's a lot more fun because you can choose the options that you want to play. But for these achievements, we do need to be a bit more specific by the options that we choose. So keep that in mind. So again, we're just going to let the dialogue play through. And once it has, that achievement should pop. There we go. So that's the next achievement, which is to talk to Gladys about cravings. So make sure you chose all the same options as me, guys. You can rewind it and pause there. Make sure you are choosing the options. And then we're going to move on. Again, ignore the tanky controls. I'm running around in circles sometimes because they're that difficult. We're going to go up the elevator again, back up to the floor where Ava is. Okay, so once we get to the top of the elevator, we're going to make our way to the left here, or straight on towards the other elevator, depending on how you look at it. And we're going to go down here. Once we're down here, we're going to go straight down the end of the corridor there, and then through the double doors. This will take us outside. Once on the main street, we're going to make our way down this way towards the screen, all the way down, and then you can see this little clown here on the right. This is our next achievement. You might want to save it here because this is a missible achievement. We're going to talk to the clown and we're going to choose, can I walk through your tent? I want to see the parade. He's going to give us some grief about not being able to walk through his tent.
Do I look like a turnstile to you?
Then next we're going to choose practice what? And then we're going to choose this one, top one, twist them.
Yeah. Twist this, alright?
Then we're going to choose, could you teach me how to do that?
You teach me how to do that? Well, since you're a beginner, why don't you practice the
Now this is
first
where we do the
step?
achievement, so get ready. We're going to leave him for a second, and we're going to say bang. And that will scare the clown. The achievement is there, now done, but before we do anything else, we're going to ask him, say, we bet you can't do a cat.
I can do birds, amphibians,
And that will bring up the next part of the dialogue.
Name one.
And then we're going to say,
Okay.
okay, make a cat.
No problem.
We're going to need this cat for a part of the actual game, so we're going to take that. And we've got the achievement there for making the balloon pop. Once we've got the cat, we can put that away by pressing B, and then we're going to talk to him again.
Finest work, don't you think, Sparky?
This time, we're going to ask him for a dead worm. So I'm going to put this cat away here. Like I mentioned, press B to put it away. And in fact, I'm going to take some bread first. Again, pressing B to put this away. And then I'm going to go back to the clown again. And this time I'm going to ask him for a dead worm. After my kid wants another balloon, obviously, that will open the dialogue to ask him for another animal.
What now?
Then we're going to say a dead worm.
Dead worm. Heck, that's easy.
And we want 2 of those. That will help us to get through the level.
There's no limit on those.
So we're going to bring up the same dialogue again once he's finished talking. And my kid wants a balloon.
Jeez.
And we're going to say another dead worm. Do you have any more dead worms back there?
Well, sure.
So that should give us another dead worm. So right there we got the cat, the bread, and then we've got 2 dead worms balloons. You can get the other balloon there, which is part of the mission as well, but I come back and do it later just to not confuse things. So we're going to go over here and we're going to climb this little rope ladder which leads up to our boss's office. So yeah, once we get to the top, we're going to climb through the window and we're in our boss's office. Now to get to the next part of the mission we need to change the computer here. We need to change one of the options to Ava. Just sign it yourself, will you? So we're just going to go through these until we find the right one. It's finding it very difficult to see them because the font.
I'll just change his auto response here.
There we go.
Sign it yourself, will you?
Ava, just sign it yourself. And then that's the correct one. So we need to change that to that. That way we can get the work order signed by Ava as we go around to the other side. So now we can go back down. So once we get to the bottom of the rope, we're going to follow it back around into the main building. So just going around this corner and up the steps. Once we're in here, we're going to go back up the elevator. If we can get there with these tank controls. Yep, in there. Then we're going to speak to Ava, about the... Ava, I really need the boss to sign the work order so we can get our vehicle changed. So we're going to click that option.
Eva, I really need the boss to sign this work order.
I'll give it a shot.
Once we do that, because we changed the options on the computer, Eva will now be able to get the paperwork signed, which means we can continue on with the game. If you have tried to come back here before,
You'll have to excuse him.
you'll realise that you can't actually get the work permit signed before this point. So that gives a little video, and we end up here now. This is a missible achievement. I would recommend saving it right here. We need to scare each one of these humans. If you don't scare them before cutting open the sack in the middle, you will miss achievement. So we'll go over to Mr. Police Officer. In fact, I think that was the woman behind the desk. We'll go over to this woman here. Scare her. Face lights up like a Christmas tree. I'll move over to the next one. We'll do them in order so we know we haven't missed them. That one there.
If I scare them to death, then they'll become
And we got the achievement, but just for good measure, we're going to scare the police officer anyway. Hey, there we go. Now, if we press Y or B, one or the other, we will get our Scythe, whatever you want to call it. There we go. And I'm going to use this to cut open the sack, and that will lead us on to the next part of the mission.
nice bathroom.
After the many cutscenes, we end up back at the office with this door now open.
Like it's gonna fly in here.
This is important. It helps us to get to the next part. We are going to make our way back to our office. So up the elevator. We can speak to Ava here, but I don't think it's necessary, so it's really up to you. You can just skip it if you like. But quickly just skim through all the dialogue.
At least you don't work for one. Manny,
That's what I did anyway. I'm not sure if it's part of the mission or opens anything up, but I just quickly spoke to her. And then I also go into this office as well, and basically just skim through all the chat dialogue with this guy.
Well, at least you're not hitting
So basically just press A and just keep tapping A on the top line until you have gone through all the dialogue.
You should switch to lemonade, kid.
All the dialogue's in there. I have cut a little bit of the video out so you don't have to see it all. But basically, once you've done that, you're going to leave the room. We're going to head this way, back down here again, and through the big elevator doors. And then we're going to come down here. And I believe we meet the mailroom man for the first time. Yes, we do.
You and your fancy
So here's this
suits
guy.
and your
I'm going to
nose all the way
skip
up
this
in the air,
dialogue.
sticking your empty good.
He has a little bit of a moan and a whinge. And then we are actually going to go back out the big double doors again. And we're going to go down the steps. And we're going to follow it down the street. And this time, we're going to ask the clown for the balloon I didn't ask him for last time. If you did, that's fine.
Jeez, what now?
But this time, we're going to ask him for a Robert Frost balloon. We're going to need this for our achievement. So make sure you get the Robert Frost balloon. Again, another missible achievement. Once he's finished doing that, we're going to take that. And if we press B, we can put that away. Then we're going to carry on back up the street. Back into the building there. Again, you could have already had that, so you could have cut this bit out if you like. But I think it's easier to follow if you do it this way around. So we just picked up the balloon. We're now going to go over here into this room. Again, controls crazy. You can pick up the water, the fire hydrant here. And you do pick it up either way because of the scene. But we'll pick it up anyway. We're going to come around here. And we're going to use these two things here. These little sprays. You've got the watery spray and then you got the foamy spray. The red and the blue. And they obviously create a compound. But this is how we're going to work it. We're going to take out our water balloons, our air balloons, or whatever balloons you want to call them. The dead worm balloons. There we go. Oh, whoa. There, nope. The controls are crazy. There we go. Right. Then we're going to go over to this
That's not what balloons are for.
red one. And we're going to fill it with the first compound. Brilliant. Once we've done that, we're going to do the same on the opposite side. With the other empty balloon. The dead worm. There it is. And we're going to fill the blue one.
That's not what balloons are
We're going to fill it with the blue one, should I say. So there we go. Fill that one up. And then we have both the red and the blue compounds in our empty balloons. Now we're going to leave the room. And we're going to head back up the elevator. Once we get back to the top of the elevator, we're going to go around and go to our office. This is how we get to the next part of the mission. We're going to go right to the back here, and on this tube here, ignore the computer, just click on this tube, and we're going to get out our compounds that we just filled. So first we'll take this one. It doesn't matter which one you do first, just put that one in there. Once that one's in, we're going to take the next one. You can skip this video out by tapping B, I believe. And then we're going to take out the next. And I can find it. There we go. I'm going to put that one in there. Now, those two compounds should go down into the mailing room and break the server. There we go. Job's good. So once we've done that, we need to head back down there. So as long as you haven't missed any of the achievements up to this point, you can save it here. I did actually miss the next achievement and have to cut the video up a little bit to put it in the right order for you guys. But so far, if you're following along, you haven't missed anything. You shouldn't have missed anything. So next we're gonna go over here when I can get around the corner past this store. We're gonna go into this room, the server room. When it lets us, there we go. No, yep. And we're gonna go around here, and we're gonna talk to this guy now. We need to talk to him because we need to get the right dialogue to get the achievement.
I'm not getting any messages. Is the server down?
This is their idea of
So if you
a
just
joke?
follow along
They
with
think
me.
it's funny? I'd like to jam their tubes with back
First,
material and
we are
see
going to
how they
talk
like
to him
that.
about
Are you kidding?
that one.
This is a high... No one's
Second
allowed-
option down. And then I say I'm going to split. This creates a little scene where if you haven't already got the fire extinguisher, he will go and grab it from the wall. But if you already have it with you, you just take it out your pocket. You'll notice that my character goes and grabs it from the wall again, even though we collected it. That's because I had to do this scene again. But he'll talk to you about how dangerous using that fire extinguisher in there would be. Once he's been through all that dialogue, we put the fire hydrant away, fire extinguisher, and we ask him who would do a terrible thing, and he likes to mumble on a bit. And once he's done that, this is the achievement question. Just curious, how did you get in here? Yeah, a nice sarcastic response. And that is the trigger for the achievement. So we needed to make sure we asked him that. Once we've asked him that, we can just split. And that should be achievement pop. There we go. Like a pixie. So as long as you follow those instructions, you should have got that really easily. But as I mentioned, if you'd saved it before, if you did do anything wrong, you can just load the save. So here we are again. And we need to turn this to put the lock on the door while the door is still open. All we need to do here, guys, is turn the handle there, and that'll put the bolt out the door, which means when the guy leaves, the door won't actually close, which means we can come back here and do what we need to do to get through the level. Just as about to leave here, a fire starts. That's only because I had to play the same part twice. That shouldn't happen for you. There is a little bit of a dialogue here because, again, I had to play that twice. You didn't have to. All you need to do is leave the room here. I'll just let this dialogue play through. Once he's done that, again, you could have already left the room at this point, so just wait at the entrance to the room. And then when you're out, when it lets you out, there we go. When it lets you out, this guy should now start a cutscene and he should leave the room. Okay, so now he's left the room. We are back on this scene and we need to go up the stairs. And this is where the playing cards come in handy, the ones that we picked up at the beginning of the game. So we need to get the playing cards out. Bring up your inventory. Move over to the playing cards. Take them out.
Thanks, but
And we're going to put one through the hole punch. Once we've done that, we can go back through the big elevator. Back down to the mail room. Follow it around. Okay, so we're going to go through here. And we're going to put the card in the tube. Yeah, you need to take out the card first, of course. So take out the card. Once we take out the card, that one, the one with the holes in it, not the pack of cards, but the card with the holes in it. There we go. We need to put that into the machine, and that will stop one of the mail tubes coming through. That way, we can get a new job. Cheating, of course, but we did it. So we're just going to take out the tube. And that is the end of this little area.
one for me.
So once we've done that, it should start a cutscene and go through quite a big cutscene actually, and then you end up in the room here. This is an admissible achievement right here, guys, so make sure you're on the ball. We've got to press this lady about what she's done wrong in her life, because it says, the computer says that she shouldn't be getting the reward that should be getting. So we need to ask questions that are going to get her to open up about what she may have done wrong in her life. Do not skip this dialogue by choosing the bottom option at any point. Make sure you're choosing options that ask her questions about what she may have done wrong.
Anything about your past?
So the first question I ask is anything she hasn't told me? And then we're just going to ask her questions that are a bit out there. So questions like, did you kill much when you were alive? And then, never killed anybody. Again, don't choose the bottom option. Do not end the dialogue until you got all the questions out. Not even a bit, teeny bit of killing.
Maybe I just wasn't trying hard enough.
And then we start to talk about other things like, have you ever cheated on your husband? You can ask any of those questions. We just need to make sure that we're asking all of them, and we're trying to get the information out of her. We do not want to skip this dialogue in any way. So we can now ask
Ever cheated on your husband?
any of those questions. Keep going through them.
There's no skin on it either.
I guess you'll just have to trust me.
And she'll keep giving you the same sort of sarcastic answer. Ask about litter.
Is that the best you can do?
Since we're running out of things to ask. And then here we ask, work with me, give me some dirt.
Work with me, Meche. Give me some dirt.
Well, I could do something bad right now if that would help.
So we basically go through those.
Sorry.
And just keep going through them.
Mean to animals?
Do not choose I give up. Whatever you do, do not choose that. Just keep choosing these random options until you run out of options to ask.
Were you a big shoplifter?
Then once you've asked them all, he himself will say I give up. That's when you know you got it right. So just keep asking those random questions. Again, do not give up until you've asked all of them. And then at this point, we can ask, are you sure you are who you say you are?
Yes. Would you like to see my birthmark?
And then we can ask,
Sure,
where is it?
It's wherever you guys put my skin.
Excuse me, but I have to go straighten this mess out.
Sorry.
Remember not to give up until the dialogue's over itself.
But please, call me Manny.
And there we are, guys. Achievement unlocked. So just do not give up. Keep asking those random questions. And at the end there, you should get the achievement. Once we finish with that achievement, we're going to leave the office to carry on with the game itself. We're going to walk down the corridor once the game goes through the door. There we go. Going to walk down the corridor and it's going to trigger a cutscene. Our boss is going to come out, have a big shout at us. We end up in the parking lot, the garage, where the boss has locked us in the storage room.
Doesn't open.
The office. You can have a little play around in here. However, it's not necessary. What we need to do here is to escape, and to get that going, we need to go over to the door. So I'm going to go over to the door now, which will start a dialogue with the guard.
Hey, is anybody out there? So, Manuel, have you thought
Now, what we need to do here is we need to
get cracked, flunky. I don't need any chatter right now.
Start a dialogue which says we're going to basically reveal all the secrets and the bad things that the company did. So that first option sort of gets the guy to go away. So you will need to knock on the door again. And when he returns, we need to choose the DOD. The DOD runs a crooked game. And that should start up a new dialogue where we talk about what we're going to do. So you say, I'm going to blow the lid off this place. So what you're basically saying is you're going to reveal the secrets of the company, what they've been doing wrong. As long as you're choosing those options, you will be released from the cell. And when we're out here, This reveals the location of the secret society that we're about to join, the Resistance. So we're going to go down this little elevator. Okay, so once we're down the elevator, there is a missible achievement just here. In fact, there's two. So what we're going to do is we're going to save the game right here. I don't, but I recommend you do it, maybe on a new save file. And then once we've done that, we're going to move over and speak to Ava to get our next achievement. So we're going to move around the table and we're going to speak to Ava. So we just click on
So you're not really a secretary.
I'm a spy, Manny.
Well, that's the last time.
and we need to make sure that we're asking any messages for me.
Any messages for me?
Yes. Join
Make sure
or
you
die.
ask that question. She will say join or die. That was the dialogue that triggered the achievement. It doesn't give you the achievement until the dialogue's ended. But you can have ask her the other questions. I would recommend going through all the dialogue. But that first question was the important one.
What are you working on there?
I'm trying to get this radio working so we can use it in the field.
So we just go through all these questions with her.
Salvador's right. We need good old-fashioned homing pigeons to communicate with our field agents.
You have field agents?
No, it's just Sal and me right now. But someday, Manny.
Again, just go through the dialogue, whichever dialogue you like. As long as you ask that first question, it really should have given you the achievement for that. Once you end the dialogue, the achievement will pop.
You can't leave, Manny.
This other dialogue, I'm not too sure of how it helps you with the mission, so I recommend just going through it anyway. Once you've been through all the dialogue, we can move on to the next achievement.
Haven't you ever noticed your computer scanning your teeth when you log on?
I thought that was just a power surge.
We need your teeth, Manny. We can't let you go. Sorry.
Doesn't Cabal wonder where you are?
Don and Domino were both locked up in Don's office with some bigwig from downtown. Some fatty in a fez.
Who is the fat man, I wonder? And how does he fit into this sinister puzzle?
So, you won't help me out of here.
Sorry. I'll help you out, but not your teeth. Think it over.
So now the dialogue's over, the achievement will pop. And we now need to go and get the other achievement by talking to the resistance leader, which is this guy here. Don't leave until you spoke to him. If you do, make sure you just come straight back down. And we're going to start the dialogue. And we need to go through everything here. So make sure you ask him all the questions.
I'm going to build an underground army of souls to fight the injustice I have seen in El Barrio.
And the important question is actually the last one, because that will trigger the achievement. If we don't ask it, then the achievement won't pop. So
Our numbers are small and our agents are too
just keep going through the dialogue with him. Again, I'm not sure how important the actual dialogue itself is, but the last part is the important part. So just keep going through all these questions. Talking about the pigeons. In fact, I imagine it is really important because the pigeon is part of the main goal. So just talk to him about the pigeons. Talk to him about the eggs. And that should sort of reveal to him. And now that question there is the important one. I skipped it and went back and then asked him again. So that's the question there. And then choose, but money isn't that important. And then that will go through the dialogue, which will reveal the secret and give you the achievement once that dialogue is finished. So there you go, achievement unlocked. Then we're going to go up the elevator. Get out of this place. Once we get to the top of the elevator, we're going to leave this area. We're going to go back over here. And we're going to climb the rope again for the second time. So just climb this rope. Now this is where another missible achievement is. So we're going to come around here. And we're going to climb through the window into the office that we were in earlier. Not the same office as the boss, but our other co-worker's office. We're going to climb in through here. Now to get the achievement, we need to walk over to the computer. And we need to keep pressing on it so he's getting the password wrong. I think it's 3 times. but just keep doing it until you get the achievement. I believe it is 3 times. So just keep pressing on it. It'll keep bringing up the same dialogue about trying to guess the password. Once you've done that a few times, the achievement should pop for you. So there you go. As you can see, just keep clicking on it. And then after the 3rd time, I believe. Is it 3rd? Yeah, there you go. Achievement unlocked. Arrogant fraud.
I was scared it might be Eva.
So once that's done, the next thing we need to do is get a couple of items out of this office. The first of which is inside the drawer here. So we're going to open the drawer. I'm going to get the coral out, which is how we reach the next area of the game. So we're going to take that and press B to put it away. And we're going to go over to the punch bag. And we're going to do a few rounds. Punch here, punch there. Until the gum guard falls off the top shelf. And we need that too. So we're going to pick that up. And we're going to bring it with us. Once you've got those 2 items and you've done the achievement on the computer, we're free to leave this room. So we're going to head back over to the window. Out the window we go. There we go. And we're going to go over to this rope over here, near where we climb down. But instead of climbing down, we're actually going to take out the coral. And we're going to click it on this side of the rope. Not the side that's dangling down to climb down, but this side. We're going to lift up this side of the rope. When we do that with the coral in our hands, Grim should attach the coral to the rope. Like that. And then he's going to use this when he picks it up. There we go. Come on, pick it up. There we go. He's going to pick it up and he's going to throw it up onto the ladder. Like that. And then we're going to climb over. And that leads us to the next part of the mission. Okay guys. Once we get up onto the ledge, we're going to follow it around and up the ladder again. There's another missible achievement just here. And this is what we needed that balloon for. So we're just going to climb the ladder. Do not mess with the ball in the middle of the roof just yet. That is the next part of the mission. Before we do that, we need to get the achievement. Now the way that we do this is we're going to move over towards the pigeons at the back right. So over here, ignoring the ball as I mentioned. And if you get too close, they will chase you away. But what we're going to do is we're going to get our balloon out. Not the cat balloon, but the other balloon. So just skim through these. And once we get this balloon, that looks like a guy smoking a pipe, we're going to run over to them. And this time we should get achievement unlocked. Run, you pigeons. It's Robert Frost. That's the name of the balloon. Once we've done that, we can put Robert Frost away. Because we just got our achievement. And this time we're going to take out our cat balloon. And put the cat in here.
Maybe that will scare
and then we're going to break the breadcrumbs over the ball, over the cat. And this will help us to get through this next part of the mission so we can get to the eggs without the pigeons being in the way. Once you've done that, it will actually move you out of the way a little bit so the game can actually do its work. It will start a cutscene where the pigeons will fly over and start eating it. The balloon should make a popping noise. Then the cutscene should start and the pigeons to fly away. And that will then allow us to go over to the tube where the eggs are. Once the cutscene is finished, there we go. We're going to move over here. We're going to go over to here and we're going to take 2 of the eggs. There we go. I thought you could take them all, but you can't. So once you're taking the 2 eggs, you can just move on.
I think I should get out of here with these.
Or you can do what I did and just keep trying to click on it. And then we can move away and head back down the roof. So we're going to head back over to this corner. And we're going to climb down the ladder when it lets us, that is. There we go. Then we're going to climb down the rope. All the way down to the bottom. And then we're going to go through here when the camera angle changes to the right camera angle. Here we go. There we go. Right, so we're going to move over here. And we're gonna go back down in the elevator.
And two guests.
Eggs in hand and all. Go down. Once we've done that, we're gonna move over here to the leader. Eggs in hand. I'm not sure you have to have the eggs in your hand or not. But to start a conversation with him, and he'll be very happy about the eggs. Once we've given them, we're gonna head back up the elevator, and this time we're gonna go into the parking lot just behind us there. That big double door, big shutter door, should I say? We're gonna head in here. We're gonna make our way back towards the office that we were in before. And then once we're in here, when we can actually get through the door because of these tank controls, we're going to take out the gum guard. We're going to put the gum guard under this little machine here, which will fill it up. And then once we've done that, we know what we've got to do next. We need to make an impression of our teeth. So we're just going to walk outside, and we're going to put our teeth in the gum guard whilst that material is in there. Now once we've done that, we've got a perfect cast of our teeth, and we can take that cast back over to Ava, which is still in the Resistance HQ downstairs. So we're going to leave here. We're going to try to anyway. Yeah, we're going to go over here, back outside, and click on this, which is like. And once we clicked on that, it will open the secret elevator again down into the Resistance HQ. And now we have our mouth guard filled, and we've got our teeth already done. We're going to take it over to Ava when we can get around the table, that is. Maybe go around the table. Yep, go around this way when it lets me. Go around this way and click on Ava, and that should trigger a conversation with her to get this area complete.
We can use this as a mold to make a
She's happy with that, which is good, because otherwise we would have to stay here forever. I'm going to talk to the Resistance leader here, and then that will trigger the end of this area. So we're going to leave the city now and move on to the Petrified Forest.
You must go to the town of Rubalcaba. He's my ticket out of here.
So this is where we enter the Petrified Forest for the first time, and where things of the game start to change a little bit. It starts to get a little bit more difficult.
I'm all the way to the edge of the petrified forest.
So we're just going to let a little bit of dialogue play through, and then we're going to save it here. Making sure that we save it because we are in a new area. And then once we've done that, we're going to head into the forest. So turn around when it lets me with these tank controls. There we go. This way. Once we head in here, we got our big friend crying. He's very upset, being fired, and he tears out his heart and throws it in the jungle just behind him there in the woods. So what we're going to do is we're going to find his heart. So if you just head around him and come this way, you'll see his heart's landed in a spider web. Well, it didn't land in the spider web, the spiders took it to the web.
Ooh, ick.
Well, that's where it is. So we're going to head over towards it. We're going to go around it. I mean, you can try it if you like. Try and take out the heart, but you just can't do it. The web is just too strong. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick up one of these little bones here.
Could always use a spare.
And then we're going to head back over to the web. If you do put it away, you can just get it back out your inventory. Once you do that, just move over.
Soup's on.
Put it on the web. If you click on the web, he walks over there for some strange reason. But yeah, he chucks it onto the web there. And all you need to do is get your scythe out. So press B or Y, I can't remember which. Take out your scythe. And then we're going to use a scythe on the bone on the web. And that will fling the heart back over to where our big friend is waiting.
Oh, poor spiders.
So we're going to put the scythe away. Make our way around here.
I'm not getting my hands tangled up in
and head back to our friend who's waiting, still lying on the floor waiting for his heart. So yeah, we're just going to head around here. Don't forget, right bumper to run. And then we're going to pick up the heart.
Can't reach.
And we're going to give it him back. Just move over to the left here and you can sort of climb up. Push it in there. Once you've done that, you'll be ready. He'll ask you if you want to take a drive, or you'll ask him. What you need to do is just get in the car and head to the right of the screen. So just over here. Once you're over here, you'll get out the car. There'll be a bit of a dialogue between you and your friend. Now this part's important because there's a missible achievement here. I think it's the missible achievement anyway. Well, there's an achievement, so just follow along with the instructions and you shouldn't miss it if it is missable. There's that many missable achievements in here, I can't keep track of which one's which. However, I do know there's one here, so what we do is let the dialogue go through. Don't click on this and don't mess with the wheelbarrow just yet. Go straight over to your friend, start a conversation, and he'll start talking about the trees, which is an achievement in itself. Just quickly go through the dialogue. Once the dialogue's over, that'll be achievement unlocked. Just let him go through that. You can listen to all of it, of course, if you want to play the game through. But once you've done that, achievement unlocked, the Marrows of the Woods. Then we're going to go over here. And we're going to press this. Our big friend will get excited, and he's going to climb the tree, the metal tree. So we're just going to wait for him to do that.
If we shook the tree down, those pumps would
Bit of a dialogue.
and I could make high lift shocks out of them for the bone
Once he's finished talking, he will go and climb it. Take some of this stuff with him.
Okay, just give me a second
there you
to
go.
balance these doggies.
Wait for him to tinker with it a little bit. Again, this is part of the story. It's part of the puzzle that you need to do to get through this area. So just be a little bit patient. It is a little bit slow, this area. Once he's done that, come back over. We can flick the switch again.
Still not enough.
And maybe if I move them
He realizes this plan hadn't worked as he expected. So now we need to improvise. We're going to move the wheelbarrow over these air pipes, and they will make the moving parts of the tree. You'll notice there's two branches left and two branches right, mechanical branches of course, that move. You need to make them move in sync. By moving the wheelbarrow wheel over one of the air pipes, it stops it. So what we need to do is put the air pipe over one of them to stop it, just as the other one's about to move on the right side. We do it, and then that will make them both move together. Here I mess it up a little bit, so I have to do it again. So I'm going to move the wheel over the middle one there on the right, wait till it's about to move, and then they should work in sync. Watch this. So move it over there. There you go. They both work in sync, and I'm going to do it for the left ones. You really only need to do the two middle ones. Don't bother with the far right or the far left. Just mess with the two middle ones. And there we go. So basically, just make sure the ones on the right are moving in sync at the same times. The ones on the left are moving in sync at the same time. Once that's happened, pull the lever, and your friend will get excited because he knows he can go up there now. Once he gets to the top, we're going to switch the switch back on. Just remember guys, if you are doing the wheelbarrow trick, you literally only need to do the middle right and the middle left one. You don't need to do the far right or the far left one. You just got to get the branches to move in sync. Once you've done that, you can leave that area, get back in your car and move over to the north, over those rocks. Once you've done that, you come over here, and we're going to move into this little area with the beavers.
Manny, what are you doing? Don't Don't you know what's on the other side of that
On this
gate?
next area, guys, it is worth pointing out it can get a little bit tricky because it's timed based, not as in you've got to do it within a specific amount of time, but you do have to get into your pocket and get your fire extinguisher out within a certain amount of time to make it work. Just move over to the bridge itself, pick up a bone, try not to get too close to the beaver or in front of him so he sees you, but then you just walk around this corner down here. Once you pick up a bone, that is. Yeah, got a bone, so I'm going to come down here, around the corner, and the beaver climbs up above us, the flaming beaver. And what the task is, we're going to chuck the bone into the tar pit, and the beaver will chase it. Now, just after we chuck the bone in, we need to flick into our inventory, take our hose pipe and aim it in the direction of the bone, so that when the beaver jumps in, he's going to put himself out. And that takes care of one of the beavers. If you do try to walk across the bridge while the beaver is there, he will chase you out the area. I don't know if it resets because I did it the first time. So what we need to do is, once we chuck one bone in, we're going to head back up to the bridge. And we're going to pick up another bone. You might be able to pick up 3 bones at once, but I never considered that until this point. But what I did is, I took the first bone, did that. There's now 2 beavers left. The beaver in the far distance doesn't matter, it doesn't count. It's just 3 beavers that we need to get rid of. So I'm going to head back to the bridge here. Try not to get in the front of the beaver so he can see me. Pick up another bone. And then we're going to do the same again. We're going to head down here. And we're going to chuck the bone into the tar pit. Once the beaver climbs above. We're going to chuck the bone in. And then we're going to quickly switch to our fire hydrant again. And again, once we've done that, we're going to squirt towards where the bone landed. And our friendly beaver will jump in and put himself out. And we'll just do that again one last time. So I'm just going to put, well, once this guy arrives, we're going to put that away. We're going to get our last bone. Again, you might try pick up 3 bones. I don't know if that works. You might be able to pick one up, put it away, pick one up, put it away. I don't know. But if it doesn't, just grab a bone individually each time, come around this way and do it again. This is the last one that we need to worry about. So we've done 2. This is the 3rd one. And we're going to do the same way. We're going to chuck the bone into the tar pit, and then you guessed it, quickly flip over to our hose pipe, start squirting towards where we threw the bone. And then the scary little beaver jumps in again. And he's put out of his misery. Once we do that, that's this area done, ready for when we need to leave here later. So you can try and leave here, but without your friend, you just can't bring yourself to do it. So once you go back there, what we're going to do is we're going to head back to our vehicle, which is down towards the bottom of the screen. So yeah, it tells you don't want to leave. So we head back down, get back in our vehicle. This time we're going to head down here, and then we're going to get out. We need to get out right here next to this little signpost, and we're going to pick up the signpost. And then we're going to walk the signpost up into the part of the screen here to the north. This part north anyway. And this will take us into the labyrinth. Now this part is really simple. You might have been here before. You basically just bring the post to the middle and plant it down. The post itself will start to spin around and point you in the direction of which way you need to go. Now that doesn't mean go through the tube, it means pick up the sign again and slightly walk it in that direction. Once you picked it up and walk in that direction, plant it down again. Again, it'll do the same, it'll spin around, point you in the direction of where you need to go. It's slightly north, I went a little bit too far. So you pick it up again and head in the direction of its pointing arrow. So I need to head a little bit north, I'm going to plant it here. You need to do that as many times as it takes. Just keep moving it, following the arrow, moving it, follow the arrow. You don't need to go through any of the trees. Do that. And once you've got the right spot, this little seam will start. It'll spin around like this. Point down and show you that that's the way you're supposed to go. Now, on this part, I'm not sure if you can walk down there or not. Or you have to get the vehicle. I got the vehicle. I went back for that. So I headed this way, got in the vehicle. once I was in the vehicle, I headed back down the secret tunnel. It does take a little while because you have to walk all the way around. And it takes forever to get there. Really slow walking. But yeah, once you do that, just climb back in. And then just steer the vehicle to the secret tunnel. It is a bit awkward to maneuver with the tank controls. The joys of the tank controls. So yeah, we're going to head down here. Company's nose there. And we're going to follow it around. And it automatically chucks us out of the car here.
I'm scared of that sign.
All we need to do in this part is walk over to the key that's hanging on the sign directly on the right side of the screen there. So we're just going to walk over. And we're going to pick up the key. Which will start a bit of a dialogue. So yeah. Once it stops talking, it allows you to move. We're going to head over to the key. Pick it up.
It looks they'll tear you apart bone by bone.
Again, a bit of a dialogue.
A
Once we picked it up, we're just going to go straight back into the car. Now I kept pressing to get in the car with the key in my hand. And it doesn't let you back in the car. So press B to put the key away once you have that in your hands. And that will allow you to get straight back in the car. If you do have the key in your hand, it won't let you get back in the car until you put it away. I literally stood there for ages thinking, why is it not working? What have I done wrong? And it's just because I had the key in my hand. So be sure to put the key away. Once you've done that, go back into your car. And then the car will automatically head out the area. And you'll end up back here next to the big bony door. Now you've got the key. You can just head over to the lock here on the left hand side of the big gate. So just put the key in the gate there. Make sure you've got it in your hand. Press the padlock. And then that should open the big gate. Once you've done that, you'll drive over the bony bridge that you cleared earlier. You won't be able to do that unless you've done what I mentioned. Now we are coming up to another part where we can miss an achievement. So if you want to save here, that's up to you. But this is a missable achievement just coming up ahead now. What we're going to do is once we've made our way to the top of these stairs, we're going to head right. Don't go up the stairs there, just head right. And we're actually going to fall off the cliff. Little cutscene, fall off the cliff. Splash. And our friend, the captain, will pick us up, bring us out, have a little bit of a dialogue, and then he will head off down here to look at your car. Once you've shaken off the excess water, we're going to head down the stairs ourselves.
Well, actually, it's
And this is where we start a conversation to get our next achievement. So if you just follow along with the options that I choose, you will get the achievement. So we're going to interrupt their conversation and start our own dialogue. And we're going to choose specific questions to get our achievement. So first we're going to go down to the third one. How do you get around number 3, that one?
Wow, Manny.
Once we talked about that, we're going to go down and ask about the eye patch. Now this is the achievement question, so that's the one that he needed to ask. Once you've done that, he'll start talking about his eye and how it hurts. And that is the trigger for the achievement. And then we can basically just go through the rest of the conversation however you like. And your friend does cut you off. But once he does, and the conversation is over, that is the achievement. If for any reason it doesn't pop, just load your save if you save just where I mentioned, and just do the same again. You need to basically ask him about his eye patch, and then that will give you the achievement. Once you've got that achievement, guys, you can save over the file you've just made. I'd recommend doing that anyway, because there's another missable achievement just up here. We're going to head up the stairs now, both stairs this time, and we're going to head up into the cafe. Once we're in here, we do need to go to speak to the guy mopping the floor. This is the dialogue where we will get our next achievement. So, yeah, we're going to head over to this guy over here. You can walk a bit faster than me. I keep forgetting that you can run. But yeah, so once you're ready, just come and speak to this guy. We need to speak to him about a job. But before we do that, we need to choose a few options.
I'm ready to take you now.
So if you just follow along with the options that I choose, then you're pretty much guaranteed to get the achievement here. So First option I choose is, what are you doing here?
What are you doing
Choose
here?
that. What are you doing here?
If you
Option
must
3.
know, it's about my wife. I got word that
I'm not sure if the options are random for each player, but I'm assuming they are the same. So you go down to that option, choose that one. Let the dialogue play through. And then once that dialogue's played through, we need to ask the next question. So we're just going to mention how much you loved her.
You must love her very much, Celso.
Yes, this is true. Of course, she also has all of my money.
Let that conversation go through. And then we're going to go down to the third option again.
How do you know your wife hasn't gone ahead of you?
Oh, Manny. If she had arrived here first, surely she would have waited for me.
Let that dialogue play through. And then we're going to go down to the same option again, option 3.
Find your wife. What did she look like?
Oh, here. I got this from the
This
DOD.
time he'll give us a picture of his wife. That'll start a little bit more of a dialogue.
Weren't we all?
We're going to put that away. And then we're going to ask him if he knows a good place to stay in town. So that, again, that's option 3 for me anyway.
Somewhere around the high end of nothing.
Then maybe, young man, it's
Now the next
time you
question
started thinking about
is the
the
achievement
job.
question. Can you get me a job here? So we're going to ask that option 3 again.
Sales.
Can you get me a
Well,
job
that does
here?
qualify you for a
We'll start to
certain
talk about our
position,
credentials
but
and
we
what
only
sort of
have one
skills
mob.
we have for the job. And then we can, once we've done that, we're going to ask him about the stick.
I broke it over the
I'll
head
trigger a
of
bit
some
more of a
hideous
conversation.
monsters in the forest.
But the achievement one was the question
I'm
about the
looking for a
job.
woman named Mercedes Colomar.
And then we're going to ask that
no one's
question
come
there.
down by that name,
Top
and
one.
you can take it from me. I too
And then
am
once we've
looking for
done that,
someone, so I watch the comings and goings
just let the
around
dialogue
here
play
very
through.
carefully. I'm sorry, Manuel. I've got to get this place ready to open.
Right. I'll let you know if I see your wife.
Again,
She'll
we're
be
just
the
going to
one
talk through the
asking
dialogue.
for her beloved
Once that's
Celso.
over, achievement will unlock. We only have one more. So yeah, once we've done that one, we're good to go. What we need to do now is get this end of year. This is year 1. We need to get this year finished so we can move on to our next year and the next part of our playthrough. So we're going to head down here and we're going to talk to the captain here again. But this time, we're going to do it with the picture of that minister's wife in his hand. We're going to take out the picture of that guy's wife, and we're going to show it to the captain.
Ever seen this woman?
Oh, if this is the woman you're looking for, take my advice. Forget about her.
He's going to have a
She
bit of a
sailed out here
conversation
weeks
about
ago in a
how
cozy
she's been,
portside cabin built
what
for
she's
two,
been doing,
and she
who
wasn't
she's been doing it
alone.
with. And we're going to just go through the dialogue, and we're just going to say we don't
How do you
believe
know
it.
She sailed out of here. I don't believe it.
It's a tough break, Junior, but you gotta face it. Here, look at
Once
the
we've done
book
that, he
I
gives us
wrote
the
if you
book, the
want it
manifesto
writing
of the
6
ship
weeks
when it
ago on
sailed
Tuesday.
out.
Ticket for 2, paid in full.
We're going to finish the
I
dialogue
cracked
with the
champagne
captain.
on the bow myself.
Hey, Manny, we were in the middle of a
He's going to cut in
conversation
again
here.
and mention that we're interrupting his conversation.
Look, I know how you feel.
So we're just going to
son.
quickly
Once I lost a very
press the
special
button and
lady
skip through the
myself. I
dialogue
waved to her.
as much
I
as you
just
like.
can't
You
do
can
it.
listen to it, of course, if you like. But I'm just going to skip through it. And then I'm going to head back up these stairs here. Back up to the cafe. Head up to the cafe up here. And this time what we're going to do is we're going to take out the manifesto of the ship and show it to him so he knows that his wife has left. And that way we will get his job. And that will be the end of year 1. It has been a manic
Celso,
time trying to
your
get this
wife sailed
achievement
out of
guide
here
together,
2 months
guys.
ago with another
It
man.
wasn't easy. There's so many missable achievements, so many ways it can go wrong. So hopefully
all
you got
there.
all the achievements up to this point.
Oh, Manny.
I'm just
Is
going to do a
there
recap
greater
in a second
constant in
once the
nature than
conversation is
treachery of
over
women?
and the
Forget about her, Celso.
the
Have
goal
you
is
forgotten
over
yours?
and the
I'm
year is
going after
over.
her. You
We're
take
going to do a
over my job
recap
here.
of
Be
the
smart, at
achievements
least
that
we'll
were
never let you
in
down.
this.
That compass in the handle was short
So
down
once
in
he's done that and he's
Antico.
run off, that should be the end, and we get achievement for the end of year 1. Okay guys, so I'm going to do a bit of a recap as I mentioned, just so we know we got all the achievements. I'm not going to do them in any specific order, I'm just going to go through them so you know whether or not you've got them. There should be 14 at this point, I believe, at the end of year 1. As I mentioned before, there's so many missable achievements, so many things that go wrong to miss these achievements. So fingers crossed you did get them all. So one of the achievements we could have got was You Know the Rules, which is to talk to Eva about how she got stuck there. Then there's Gets the Aggression Out, which is to use the hole punch for the first time. Then there's Thick Black, Nauseating Fumes, which is to talk to Glottis about cravings. Then there's the Bony Fingers, Lousy Bony Fingers achievement, which is to get the balloon twister to pop the balloon. Then there's the Scaring the Living, which is to scare the living a few times achievement. And then there's Like a Pixie achievement, which is to get the Brennus, the guy in the server room, to talk about how he got there, which is Like a Pixie. And then there's I Could Do Something Bad Right Now, which is to try and dig up some dirt on Miche. And then there is the Precisamente Amigo achievement, which is to learn of the nefarious plot. Then there's the Arrogant Fraud Doesn't Work achievement. Again, these aren't in any order. This one actually becomes before most of these. It's to try and guess Domino's password a few times. We did that in his office. Then there's the Run You Pigeons. It's Robert Frost achievement, where you used a balloon to try and scare the pigeons. Then there's the Marrow of These Trees, where Manny talks about the trees. Where Glottis talks about the trees to Manny. Then it's Used to Scream Like a Banshee, when we ask about his eye patch, the captain's eye patch. Then there's the Check Your Job Qualifications with Celso, the guy who's mopping the floor. And then that's the end of year 1. I'm not sure if they were in order, it might be in order actually. But those are all the achievements for year 1. So guys, there is actually 15 achievements at the end of year 1. So we hope that this guide has helped you to get all of those, and you haven't missed any. Please consider subbing to us so we can make more guides like this. Without your support, we can't keep going, so please hit that sub button. Please turn on those notifications, and we can create more guides just like this. This is part 1 of our Grim Fandango guide. There is going to be more. Part 2 is already in the making. So don't forget to hit that sub button. Don't forget to give us a like. Please comment where you can. And we hope we've helped you to get all these achievements. Thank you guys, take care, and we'll see you in the next episode of Grim Fandango.
Boss Fight Gaming. You lose. Game over.